Welcome to Booze for Thought, Season 1, Episode 1 of my first ever video series. My name is Chris Kurtz. You might know me from the Home Bar Awards or Socktails, where I make a cocktail and take a photo in fun socks. But this is Booze for Thought. I started this because there are a lot of myths and golden rules out there in the cocktail industry. And being someone who needs to get to the bottom of anything out in the real world, I figured why not apply that same philosophy to what I love to do most, make cocktails. You can think of it kind of like the Mythbusters of the cocktail world. So this first episode, I'm going to be talking about vermouth and whether or not you should refrigerate your vermouth. I've heard this many times, and I do refrigerate it because I don't want my vermouth to go bad. The hard part about this is that there's way less space in my refrigerator over there compared to all this dry storage space I have throughout the house. So I've got 3 vermouths here. All of them are Martini and Rossi. However, they're all slightly different. 2 of them have actually been open for over a year. This one has not been stored in the fridge. This one has been stored in the fridge. And this one here is actually a fresh one that I'm going to open right now. So, to test out this myth, I'm going to be doing 2 different experiments. The first, a blind tasting to see with no other ingredients, can I tell the difference between these 3 vermouths? From there, I'm going to be making a few cocktails because while you can drink vermouth neat, many times it's put into a cocktail like a Manhattan. So, I'm going to see if I can tell the difference there as well. So I've had a chance to try all 3 of these vermouths without knowing which one was which. To be completely honest, it's really hard to distinguish the 3 of them. I've tried, from a taste perspective, they all kind of taste very similar. The only kind of difference I'm noticing is maybe the smell. And if I had to guess, I would say this one here is the fresh one, and I would say fridge and no fridge on number 2. So I've been informed by my blind tasting specialist that I was completely wrong on all accounts of the blind tasting. So basically, I can't tell the difference between vermouth that's been open for a year and vermouth that was just freshly opened. So we have the year-old that's been stored in the fridge, we have the fresh, and we have the year-old that has not been stored in the fridge. And I couldn't tell the damn difference. So there we have the blind tasting. Experiment number 2, the tasting of the Manhattans. So this is not a blind one. I actually already know which vermouth is in which one here, but I already did the blind tasting with the vermouth, so I think we're okay. So I've tasted all 3 Manhattans. I started with the vermouth that hasn't been refrigerated at all in over a year. Then I moved on to the vermouth that has been refrigerated, and then I ended with this fresh one here. And I could not tell a damn difference between any of these Manhattans. So that's not really a surprise given I couldn't tell the difference between them neat. Here they are in a Manhattan. The vermouth kind of gets lost with the rye and the bitters anyway. But I can confidently say that you can serve any one of these to a patron at your bar or a guest at your house, and they are not going to know the difference. So myth number 1, should you refrigerate your vermouth? The answer is no. And I'm going to go and empty out my refrigerator of all the vermouths I have in there because I can't tell the difference. So there we have it. Booze for Thought Season 1, Episode 1 is done. I hope you'll continue to tune in. And please, if you have any myths or questions that you want me to answer, send them in and I will get to them in due time.